The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And Watson has it, right side. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packers first. The Packers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42.
A first down catch for Allen Lazard, who's turned out to be a personal favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He's carved out a nice role in this Packers receiver rotation.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. So this matchup, the second of 3 games in London this year. Vikings and Saints were here last week, and then the Broncos and Jags. They'll be at Wembley at the end of the month. Plus this year, remember, a 4th European game, our first one ever in Munich, Germany. That'll be the Bucs and the Seahawks November 13th. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating.
Touchdown! Allen Lazard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Outright completes it to Jarwin. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Rodgers on the return. Six 0 our score after 1. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now it's Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Able to find Lazard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. They'll complete this one to Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at... scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb, 27 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the draw, this is Barkley. He's got it to the 43 here.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal, but fake doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right. They weren't fooled. And they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
From the 27, Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to Tony. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run forward with Hill. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones to Barkley on the check down. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. This to Jarwin. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Jones
has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Man open, it's Toney. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A fourth down pass interference call.
And everyone works hard on third down. That's usually the money down. Get off the field. It intensifies when it's a fourth down. You think you've got it done. You think you've completed the play. Instead, you see a flag. Pass interference gives them a new set of downs.
Breida, call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. And they'll run again. Try to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Devontae Wyatt brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Dillon. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, and the ball is loose. Dillon lost it. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Yards on the return that time, and the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. Now Jones on 1st down. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. They'll try to field goal now with Graham Gano. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Giants, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.